We'll put a lot of pepper plants in there. There's a lot of space there, and we'll plant them close. The soil's rich, and it can support a lot of peppers. You know, the plants blow over or fall over because of the weight. Peppers touch the ground, and they taste like dirt wherever they've touched the ground. So this will help eliminate that from happening, I think.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This time we're going to show you how to make a horizontal support system for your peppers. It's kind of like a trellis, but not really. Can you explain it really quick?
It's just going to be some half-inch EMT conduit bent around, and then some netting put on it, a couple layers of horizontal netting, and that the peppers can grow up through it, and so they don't fall over when they get so big and loaded with peppers.
Yeah, or the wind.
Yeah, but it gets so heavy with peppers and produce that and then the wind comes along, whatever, and just blows them over, and then it's just a big jumbled up mess. For the rest of the summer. So
we'll show you how to bend up the steel and install it in your bed. And then we'll also have a video on how to plant the peppers. So you might see a link on the screen now. You can click that and see a tutorial on how to plant peppers, how to mend the soil, and get them planted. If you're interested in that, click on that. Otherwise, we're gonna get to it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's do it. Okay, this is a half-inch EMT conduit. You can just get it. I got this at Home Depot. Any place has it. And they're all comes in 10-foot lengths. So we're going to make it 4 feet wide. So in order to do that, that means we have a 4-foot horizontal piece and then a 3-foot leg on either side that goes down and be pushed into the ground. So we make a 36-inch mark on this conduit, and then with this bender you need it says a stub of 5 inches right there. So you need to add 5 inches here. So I just make another mark 5 inches away from that 36-inch mark. So that'd be 41 inches from the end. Yeah, 41 inches. And then this bender has a arrow right here that you line that arrow up with that mark and we'll bend it. So you just put the bender on here like that, and you can see the arrow is right there. So just line it right up with that black mark right there in that arrow. Maybe I can put a marker on that arrow so you can see that arrow better, because you can't really see that very good. There. Maybe I'll see it a little bit better.
Yeah, you can see it really well.
Okay, so then we'll just keep it on that mark, and then you want to push. Don't just go back here like this and try to bend this thing like this. That's not going to work. You're going to bend this whole section here doing that. So you want to put your foot. That's why it's got this little traction deal on here. You push down that. You do all the bending with your foot as much as you can. Keep the pressure down the ground, and then grab your conduit here with your other hand and keep pushing down. And until you get to what you think you got about a 90-degree bend. It looks like it's close. That's good enough, I think. And just take it off there. And then we'll just do the same thing on the other end. Measure it. So it was 41 inches. The 36 inches plus the 5 inches makes 41. So I'll just make a mark here. Sometimes it's handy to make it all the way around, so depending on what side of the bender you're looking at, you can always see your mark. So this time we're going to put it in here like this. Bring this up, and you got to make sure it stays on the mark like that. And then you have to make this handle parallel here with this leg here. You don't want them off like this, because you have a really dog-leg conduit, so you don't want that. So you got to make sure you keep it as parallel as you can. Just eyeball it, and then do just what we did before. Push down on that.
Most of your pressure going into your foot.
Yeah, and just keep it down the ground tight. Yeah, looks good. So let's see if it works. Let's measure it. You want it 4 feet wide. Like that. 4 feet. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
It works. Even the amateur can do it, so I know you can do it. So we're gonna bend 7 of these hoops for that long bed that we're gonna be planting. We're gonna have a lot of peppers. We love peppers. So we'll bend the rest of these and then we'll take them over and install them. So I think that was pretty simple.
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna set the supports, these things right here. And first we're gonna string a line, but I wanna show you guys a little trick. We got the stakes in, one down here and one down here, but I'm gonna show you a little trick that builders use to secure the end. That end is like a lasso type end on there, but what you do is you make yourself a loop about, for this distance, about a foot shorter, and you loop your string like this, and you do 10 twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you go and you pull it tight, get it over your stake here, like that. All right, so now you're over the stake, and then before you let it kind of go, you yank on this one and pull it up. So you pull that like that, just pull it nice and snug, and let it go, and there it is. It
That's
doesn't
cool.
slide.
That works great. Nice tip.
So there's a tip for you. Now I'll let my dad get back to showing you how to put the supports in.
So what I've done is I've put the 2 end ones in. There's one down there and one here, and got those leveled up. And so we can use those 2 to sight down and level all the rest of them out. So we've got them marked off, equally spaced. And so we'll just start shoving them in the ground. Just poke them in the ground like that. And I'll just kind of get sort of close to where we're going to go with them, and then we'll sight them in.
Across the top.
Yeah, across the top later.
You could use a string, but if you used a string, it would pull the end ones a little tight. You couldn't really get a real good tight string on it. So
we're just,
you can use a laser level if you have one.
yeah, in the evening it'd be better because you can't see the laser very good this time of day. Straws holding us up from going in. There we go. Okay. Okay, they're roughly in there. Now we can sight them in.
And all those supports were right along the string line. I don't know if you can see it here, but okay. That one is actually, some of the other ones are right in the way. All these corners look pretty good now.
Okay, now I'll just
for what
level
they
them
are.
up. Whoops.
Hey, you saw Dad do a stunt.
A little
That's called the garden trick. You about got strung out by the string line.
yeah.
So what he's doing now is he's leveling up the hoops using his little magnetic level on the top here. Leveling them up.
Yeah. Looks like that's pretty good. Good enough for a garden, huh?
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, now he gets to do the trip.
I did it.
Staying over
Yeah,
tripwire.
that's a
Maybe we should.
got strung out by the string line and got tripped by the tripwire.
Yeah. Should
Perfect for this.
Be good. Get that string out of there so we don't end up falling on our face. Is there some fast way of undoing this besides just going like that?
Yeah, just pull it off and then you just pull it tight and it's gone.
All right.
So folks, they got books that are called face books. Have you ever seen plants though? They're called face plants. A little bit of gardening over there. How do you plant them? Do you know how to plant a face plant, Dad?
Yeah, you trip on a string. Okay, we're going to put a 1x2 support across these things just so that they don't get pulled in as the weight gets on them, and you know, over time we don't want them to collapse. And so
you're going to put it in the center across the top?
yeah, we're just going to put it like right in here, and we put it underneath the hoops. That way the netting doesn't have to go over the top of this
Bump.
deal. And I'm just putting one screw in there since it's a one-man deal here, just to hold that end up so I can go to this end over here and put another clamp and grab another screw. This
Oh,
bar's
yeah.
a little bit crooked. I'm just trying to straighten it up a little bit. And then we'll have to kind of see where this needs to go to be centered, but I'll go ahead and get the other one started. Okay. Now I'm going to take measure here and we'll get those.
Here you go.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Put this in the center. Oh, wow. Pretty right on there. We lined up there on that end.
Oh, yeah, there's a magnet on, so if you do it inside. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. We're about right here. There you go.
Okay. That's close enough. Just right where it's at. Now we'll just do
That
this.
one's not.
This one's a little off.
Yeah.
Not like that because it's offset from that other one. So, okay, so we'll just go ahead and finish putting clamps on these guys. Here, it's getting pretty solid. All right, that's supported now. And that netting won't bow that in with weight on it. Now for the netting. And this netting, just got it off Amazon. It's 79 inches by 250 feet. It's Hortonova 13FG white, made by T-Nex. It's
Okay.
really cheap. It's a lot of netting and made for being out in the UV. So we'll see how many years it lasts. I've never used it before.
Uh-huh.
And so, of course, 79 inches is too wide for what we're going to do, so we're just going to cut it to whatever size we need. And use these little tiny zip ties. And if you get these zip ties, make sure you get the black ones,
What do they look like?
because the white ones or the nylon ones that are just kind of clearish looking, they're not UV stable, so they'll rot away, get brittle. But the black ones are good for sunlight. I'm just going to temporarily here just stick one on here just so I can pull this over the framework. And now just unfold this stuff and roll it. And these zip ties, you can get them by the 1,000 at Home Depot or somewhere. They're really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
No, just can't strap that on there.
You're only going to do the width. It's not going to go down the side. You're
Yeah,
doing
just the
across
width
top.
of it.
The netting's going to be trimmed off so that no netting is down the side.
Yeah, that's right. Just kind of pull it tight. Since we got those 1x2s on there, we can pull it pretty tight
Yeah.
and not worry about it tweaking the frame. There. So
There you go.
kind of stretched up there. Oh, let's see. Got hung up on this. There. Still okay.
There.
That was in the center, so it was all right. So put a few more
Yeah.
of these ties on here.
Try to go across the intersection of them, or they have a thick point
Yeah.
so
just
that it
somewhere.
doesn't just pull in between. So you could almost go crosswise, like.
Through there. Let's try that on here.
Yeah, so that you're on that thick
Yeah. Good
We're gonna-
idea.
slip sideways.
There we go. That makes a pretty nice deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I can just cut off this part that's hanging down in our way. Let's get some scissors. And looks like about right here. And I suppose you could use this little scrap if you wanted to, like for a cucumber trellis or bean trellis or something, if you wanted.
About a 2 foot wide. Yeah, it's more than 2 feet.
Yeah, it's almost like 2.5 feet or so. Get tangled up in this thing and do the face plant after all.
There we go.
There. We're going to put some horizontal supports for the first layer of netting that we're going to put on. So these are just scraps again that we cut to about the right length.
And it might be easier if you do this yourself to do the first layer first.
Yeah,
not the top later.
we're just kind of winging it as we go. And we're not the most efficient way to do it today.
So we're putting these cross pieces so that the lower layer of netting can be suspended properly. There's going to be one screw for the moment.
And these sticks are a little long. I'll probably just cut them off after the fact, so they don't stick out too far and catch your shins all the time on them as you walk by.
Mm-hmm.
So I think somewhere about that height is going to work all right. Plants will get up there and then it'll come up through this, and that should be pretty well supported.
So 2 horizontal layers of netting.
Yeah.
Then you can, to level up these sticks, these braces, you can just measure down from the top if you wanted. If your hoops, as long as your hoops are level.
Here's a level. There. So
That's about a foot off the ground or more.
Yeah, something like that. So I think I put these about 2 feet off the ground average, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The ground it's not level, but it's somewhere around 2 feet. And then they'll just measure down for the rest of them and level them up each one. And I'm just going to do all this side here and along the other side so that they go back and forth.
So we've got all the cross braces installed now. Now it's time to put the netting through.
So we'll just run this over these things, supports. Here we go. Then we can put the little zip ties here.
Gonna anchor one side down.
So I can just use these short zip ties around the conduit instead of bigger ties going around the wood.
Makes sense.
Okay, on the other end.
Get it tight.
Yeah. Okay.
So now that's nice and tight down there.
It's fairly tight. Looks like I need to cut the length. Just go ahead and cut this off. There we go. Go down the other end and strap that up down there first.
You're gonna stretch it tight across here now.
Yeah, it's not the exact, the right length to make it
Right on a hard spot.
Yeah. So we're just gonna have to do the best we can for here. We can probably put a bigger tie, like in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that would keep it nice and tight. You gotta trim this end, this excess down here. Trim it off.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now go back to the other end and stretch it lengthwise. Now I guess I can just go along and cut this off.
Cut the excess off the side.
Yeah, we get this.
Yeah.
Get this cut off of here. Another reason why we're trying this trellis system is, the plants blow over or fall over because of weight. Peppers touch the ground, and they just don't, they taste like dirt wherever they've touched the ground. So this will help eliminate that from happening, I think. Keep them up off the ground on an upright plant. So I'm anxious to see how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess now it's just a matter of doing a whole bunch of zip ties and getting this all stretched over nice and see what we think. I think I'm going to do the other side first. It's got the double row of edge netting on here.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, both sides, for some reason, they doubled it up. Maybe just to make it easier to support, stronger to support on a real trellis type vertical system. I don't know.
Yeah. So now you can see how we've finished off zip tying all the netting to the braces here. This is how we kind of terminated the netting across the second level supports on the top. Just use those small black zip ties and did it every so often. You can see we just did one on the elbows of the middle supports, and then we did a couple in the field in here.
So the cost analysis on this trellis system, we kind of added it all up, looking at about $85 for everything that it takes to build one of these. The netting is $9, and conduit's $50. The 1x2s are $15. Conduit clamps $7, the screws $3, and zip ties $1. So that all adds up to about $85 for the whole thing. And we don't know how many years this is going to last. We've never done this before with this netting. The conduit's going to last for a long time. So if we get 4 years out of it, I'd be happy. That'll put you down to about $21 a year if you only get 4 years out of it. And of course, the conduit's going to last a whole lot longer. So it's really pretty inexpensive. Large trellis. It's 24 feet long, 4 feet wide. And we'll put a lot of pepper plants in there. There's a lot of space there, and we'll plant them close. So the soil's rich, and it can support a lot of peppers. So we're going to plant some peppers in here now, but you'll have to watch another video for that. We'll make a new video just for the planting of the peppers. Hope this was helpful, and maybe you can put up a nice trellis for your peppers and keep them from falling over and getting into the dirt and having rotten peppers and a mess at the end of the year, and have it nice and tidy.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that video on how to make a pepper support system. If you enjoyed that video, remember to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section below, and subscribe, please. That really helps our channel to grow and helps fund what we do here. And remember, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life."